Good afternoon to you all, and good morning to you, wherever you're watching from. My name is Bolale Olalere from Teacher Suite, and welcome to today's training. It's called How to Quadruple. Can you all hear me? Okay, how to quadruple your income in 2025 through strategic investment in Dubai. And I'm very sure some of us here would have been in our subsequent classes from last year, January and upward. And this is another one we're having. This is another episode in 2025. I welcome you all. Kindly let me know your name and wherever you are joining from. Can you all hear me, please?
Hello, everybody. Good
Can you
afternoon,
hear me?
good morning, good evening.
Someone just stated from the chat box that they can't hear me. Can you hear me now?
I can.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Habas. Um, so I'm very sure we are all here. Can you tell me where you are joining from, your name, the country you're from, and few expectation you'll be expecting from today's class, because this is not just to know about Dubai property alone, just for you to know more about Dubai property, what it entails, how Dubai offer no taxes in all investment. Could you put please in your chat box your name and wherever you're joining from? Progress from Nigeria. And I can see Mr. Abbas here. We can see Mr. Oluwale, Vera Okoa. I welcome you all to today's episode. And this is one of, okay, we have Mr. Tonye from Lagos as well. This is our first episode on Dubai properties and how to know more about Dubai and how to have okay, we have Mr. Abbas from Lagos, Nigeria as well. Welcome you all on today's episode. So for you to know, let me just give you a few brief about what GTS Street is all about. GTS Street is a subsidiary of GTS Holdings, and for GTS Holdings, we have several departments, but this is where the company have to bring in you to sell. Okay, we have Mr. Daniel from Abuja. Welcome, Mr. Daniel. Can you all hear me? Okay, thank you very much. All right. So we have Mr. Daniel, we have Mr. Peter from Lagos as well. So today we'll be talking about Dubai market. So, and I'm very sure for Dubai, we know how developed Dubai is, and we know how the market over there is. And we are going to tell you, even for you who you are buying, how you can gain 6 to 10% return on investment, even purchasing a property in Dubai. And also, for who wants to actually have to sell Dubai property, and you also earn money. It's a win-win from you and your client as well. It's not just for you to just come here, even though you can afford. We know people that here that are willing to sell out Dubai properties and out. We have people here who are willing to invest in Dubai properties as well. And I'm very sure with us here, we have Mrs. BC Akintayo, who is going to be giving us more details about Dubai properties and also to share. We also have an amazing guest who is going to share insights about Dubai properties. And I welcome you all to all get every information done. So could you please give me a few break to kindly share some insight with you? Thank you.
Hey everyone, I'm sure we're all doing amazingly great. Hi, good evening, good afternoon, good morning. Good to have everyone joining from different time zone. So my name is Bisi Akintayo. Bolali, you can make me the co-host of the meeting. I hope I am the co-host already. So make me the co-host of the meeting. And you can also spotlight. You can make me spotlight in the meeting as well. So good day, everyone, once again. Hi, Dina. Good to have you here. So I have Dina here in the house today. So I'll just do a little bit of introduction and we'll have Dina in the house. She's quite busy. Thank you so much for coming at a short notice. Thank you. That means a lot to
Please, you're
me.
welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
It's lovely being here.
Thank you. So we have some of our clients on the call this evening and some of our staff as well. So I'm just going to be taking them a little bit, doing an intro. Then I'll bring you on board, Dina,
Of
because
course,
I
no
know
problem.
that there was an event today in Shoba. So
Yeah.
we'll take just 30 minutes of your time today. So everyone, welcome. So how many of you are ready to get started this evening or this afternoon or morning, depending on your time zone? How many of you are ready to get started? So welcome everyone once again. My name is Bibi Akintayo, as some of you already know. I'm just going to be giving you a little bit brief about myself, my organization, and one of the reasons or some of the things we're going to be sharing with you as well today is places or where you should invest your money in, especially in this season, in this period. We'll try as much as possible not to keep this longer than an hour, 30 minutes. So I just want to share a little bit about our company before I go ahead and talk and invite Dina into the room. So this is GTEC Suite, Dubai Property, and we're going to be talking today about how to quadruple your investment portfolio in the year 2025, where you should invest your money in that can give you good returns. Of course, you have a whole lot of options, but we're not going to discuss all the options you can invest your money in, but want to focus more on where you would invest in that you'll get more returns on your investment. And GTEX Suites Dubai is actually located in Dubai, of course, and that is building 6, Emma Square, Burj Khalifa community, downtown Dubai. That is where our office is located in Dubai. And one of the things we try to bring to bear is to help you actually make the right investment opportunities. But we're speaking to you today. For those of you who do not know, I'm actually the current MDC of GTEC Suite, and I'm also a highly regarded speaker and a prominent figure in the area of e-commerce and real estate. And I'm also known as the e-commerce and money coach, and I bring to bear a wealth of experience and expertise in my role. And I'm also the co-founder of Stephen Akintayo Foundation. And one of the things for me is that I have actually empowered and trained over 10,000 people globally in the e-commerce space. But currently, I'm actually on the mission to help more people to own their properties, especially the women before they clock the age of 40, and some of them who have not clocked 50 as well before they clock the age of 50. So I'm currently on that go right now. So I manage the Dubai office, and we also have our offices located in the US, in Dubai, in UK, and in Nigeria. We have offices located in about 6 different um, states in Nigeria where the office officially started. These are just a couple of trips, events. This picture was taken in our US office when our chairman, Dr. Stephen Akintayo, had his book launch on real estate. So this was done in our office. These are just a picture of me with some notable people in our country. With me is Mommy Ibukun, Mrs. Ibukun Awoshika, and the wife of the first vice president of Nigeria, which is Dr. Mrs. Ekweme, on her chieftaincy in Anambra State. I'm just showing this for you to have a little bit background about me and the company. This is also a picture of me with Dr. Stephen, who is our chairman, and Dr. Cosmos as well, who is one of the billionaires of Nigeria as well, at the Global Wealth Festival. We used to have this Global Wealth Festival um, that we do yearly, and this actually held in Houston. We hope to bring Dina and our team also to Houston with us this year to have a road show. I look forward to that happening. This is also a fashion show I attended there in Dubai. Now, I have this quotable quote on the screen here is that if you haven't tried, how will you ever know if there's any chance for you at all in succeeding? Now, a lot of people actually have tried several investments, they've lost money. But one of the things I'm going to tell you is that I need you to also try one of the models that we're going to be showing to you today and also go through the process we're going to be teaching you. And of course, in a couple of years' time, you will be smiling. Now, if you're looking for a quick fix, how to make money quickly, you are wrong in a wrong place. But if you're looking at where you can tie down your investments and begin to make money in a couple of years where your money will be stabilized. Now, I always tell people, one of the things I tell people is that if you are thinking of where to invest in a country where the economy and the way the economy is stable. And one of the places for me is Dubai. Now, if you look at the inflation rate in America, for instance, it's about 2% inflation rate. Now, if you bring it down to a place like Nigeria, is 34% inflation rate, which is quite extremely high. And of course, in this year, 2025, the inflation rate is going to rise again. So one of the things you need to know, for those of you, maybe you are in Nigeria right now, you're watching this is for you. If you're still thinking that where you need to put your money in 100% to keep investing is, I'm not saying that do not invest back in Nigeria as well. Please, can that person mute himself? Somebody's talking and affecting this session right now. And Bolani, I hope this session is being recorded, so ensure you record it right now if it is not being recorded, okay?
Yes, it's recorded
So one
now.
of the places you want to ensure you invest your money in is in a country where it has stable economy. I'm going to be calling on Dina. Dina is one of the sales executive for Shoba. And one of the reasons why I love to do business with Shoba, we've done businesses with Shoba. We've had our clients who have done businesses, who have through us, bought properties in Shoba and did not have any regrets. And that is why I actually am having Dina on the call today to walk us through some property, especially Shoba Solis. Some of you would have seen that we have posted Shoba Solis quite a number of times. Some clients who are watching here right now, maybe you're somebody who has pitched out to you as well. So we just want you to know, why are we pitching this Shoba Solis? Why are we also asking you to invest your money in Dubai? I have some clients who keyed into some projects about 2 years ago. They bought this project at the rate of 400,000 dirhams, which was about 150,000 $150,000 as at that time. Now this project is now worth about over $400,000. That's about 1 million dirhams. Now a project of just $400,000. So Dina, before you walk us through Shoba Solis, I want you to also just explain to people on the call today, why should they invest in Dubai? Why should they take their money from the US, from the UK, from Nigeria, because some people are from Nigeria as well. Why should they take their money and bring it to Shoba and come invest in Shoba? Sorry, and bring it to Dubai and invest in Dubai. So you have the floor, Dina.
Thank you so much, Rashid. That was amazing. Thank you so much for the introduction as well. And first of all, I would like to welcome everyone on the call. And thank you so much for having me. So basically, I would like to point out a few points that you mentioned. One of the most important thing is when you have a stable economy in a country that has been stable for the last 15 and 10 years, that itself ensures that the client's money and investment not only will be in a safe place, but also it will be increased simultaneously because you have a stable economy. And as we all know, the dollar, the USD currency, it is one of the major polar point that we have, and it's been stable as rate when you are converting to the dirham, the Emirati dirham over here, and it's been stable for the last 10 years as well. And of course, you mentioned the inflation in several countries, which is, I mean, it's devastating, but at the same time, when you look at it, it's an opportunity for a lot of investors. And basically, you know, when it comes to investment, a lot of people might go for stocks or maybe right now you have like the currencies, like a trading online. But basically when it comes, because you have a lot of multiple different kind of investment, but as we all know, when you invest in land and earth, something that is solid like real estate, then you know where your money actually is going for. And if it doesn't depreciate, at least, or it doesn't increase, at least you will know that it will be stable. You'll know that your money will be safe, even though, because not only that we are getting clients who are planning on increasing their appreciation or the capital that they have, we also have clients from different countries that they just want to get out of the taxation from other countries, from the banks, for example. So we have the clients from the UK, for instant, the interest rate on the banks, so if they have a money on a bank sitting there, the banks are charging them certain fees. So they would say, instead of taking that fee and decreasing my money year by year, might as well just take it out of the bank and invest it somewhere that is solid. At least I know that it's not going to be going away 1 year at a time. So if you don't even have an increase, at least you will know that your money is stable somewhere, and that somewhere, of course, is real estate. But at the end of the day, of course, you have a lot of factors, and one of the more, like, how you can invest wisely and smartly, right? I mean, at the end of the day, if you consider yourself an investor, you need to know where your money is going for. And one of the key points to any kind of real estate and investment is always location. And luckily, here in Shoba, that takes us to the main point. I mean, who is Shoba, who we are, and what we have been making, and what is our vision. So basically, a very quick, small brief about us. Basically, Shoba is a company that started back in India in the 70s, and we became a backward integration company as a whole, 100% all in-house in India. Then we moved to Oman, one of the GCC countries. It has one of the most stable economies in the whole region itself. We were hired by the royal family themselves in Oman, and our chairman, Mr. PNC Menon, they granted him and his family the Omani citizenship. And basically, in this region, in the GCC countries, it's never easy. It's not like Europe or Canada or the States, where you will be born there and they will grant you the citizenship. It's not easy at all. So they granted him and his family the Omani citizenship. He became dual citizen. Then only in 2003, where we came to Dubai. And when we came to Dubai, we came as a contractor in the private sector, where we were the contractor for a couple of governmental entities, like probably you've heard of Miras, Nakhil, Dubai Holding. If you're aware of Dubai itself, there's a project called a community in District 1, the name of the area, Mohammed bin Rashid City. It's a city, a whole community of villas and lagoons. Basically, we were the first ones who got the concept of a lagoon, an artificial sea inside of a well-living community. And then basically other developers started copying us. Now, that was between 2003 up until 2014. And simultaneously, we also became a backward integration company, slowly but surely, here in Dubai as well, where we have our own factories, and everything became all in-house. So basically, when you think about it, the cost is way less, because here you have a couple of different developers where they export their materials from different countries, for example, from Turkey, and they just put their names on it, like as if they have their own factories over here. Now, I don't want to give out names, but at least we're not those kind of developers. As I said, I am a developer, and at the same time, I am my own contractor. I will give you a small example, and this is just a fact. So basically, you know the Mac, probably, the AMAC. Here, so we have EMAR, the MAC, and Shoba. Even the MAC themselves, they have a third-party contractor, while I am my own contractor. Taking that into consideration, we go to the 3 points and 3 main things known about Shoba and the market. Basically, first of all, it's the quality. Second of all, it's prime locations. And third of all, most importantly, is delivery on time. Now, regarding the quality, you know, whenever you go to a developer by yourself with a client, of course, all the developers will talk about their quality 100%. But the thing is, we are the only developer that has something called Experience Studio, where we showcase the inside of the materials and the walls and the infrastructure of the building, how we are using the materials inside of a property, and the fire isolation that we use, the humidity isolation that we use, the waterproofing materials and layers. Taking all of that into consideration, we actually have a proven record of the material and quality that we do in Shoba. And as I said, it's not just like a sample apartment or a show apartment where I will just show you the finishings. No, I have a proven record. On the contrary, I can show you on the inside of your material where your actually money is going for. So that is regarding the quality. And second of all, as I said, the prime locations. When you see at where Shoba projects are distributed all across Dubai, there are 2 kind of investments in real estate that never depreciate. Anything that has a waterfront, like a beach or lagoon, and anything that's on a highway. Now, 90% of my projects are, probably even most of them, all of them are on a highway. And not only one highway, imagine, on actually 2 main highways. And this is not only one community, this is all of my properties, because we make sure that we take the most prime locations and plots at the same time. Now, the third thing that takes us to delivery on time. Now we also have a proven record of, like here in Dubai, basically the government from Dubai Land Department, they give the developers 1 year gap where they tell us that you're allowed to do a late. I'm sorry. Can you still see me, by the way?
Yes, I can see you perfectly.
Okay. So basically, the thing is, as I said, but it got disconnected, I think, from my end. It's okay. I will proceed from here. So basically, as I said, one of the delivery on time. That comes to the fact that I am my own contractor. Therefore, I can control the construction time. Basically, we have 2 shifts working. And usually, as I said, here in Dubai, they give us like 1 year gap. If I say that I will deliver by 2026, uh, it's okay legally. I am binded to have 1 year gap as a delay. I'm not gonna have any penalties. But even that we don't use. We always deliver on time or prior time. Now, me by doing that, it will actually give the benefit for my clients of that early time. As I said, what we would usually do, like a couple of years back, 3 months prior, 2 months prior, but now there's a magazine called Khaliji Times by the government. They just did an article about us like a month ago. Shuba will be handing over one of their projects 8 months prior. So with time passing by as well, we are increasing and improving. Even our qualities, the materials, the fast pace where we are making the construction. And we are not talking about like one standalone towers. We are talking about like a community as itself. 8 million square foot plot, 1.5 million square foot plot with everything that you have, towers, apartments, amenities, facilities, and all of that. So completing all of this on time, it is something that is extraordinary. Now, what happened also that throughout the years, last year, for example, we became the official sponsor for Arsenal, the English football team. Now, I will tell you something. You have a lot of billionaires in the world and you have a lot of private companies, right? For Arsenal, such a team, for them to accept you, right, to become their sponsor, it takes a very, very, very good reputation. And we maintain that reputation throughout the years. Now you will see Arsenal football players wearing Shoba t-shirts in their uniforms. And now we understand it's like a marketing technique, but still at the same time, because we are getting a lot of clients from the UK at the same time. Because again, the thing is, the people over there with the taxation and all of that, I'm getting a lot of clients who would tell me they're paying a lot of taxes to their income, while here you don't have anything as such. It's a tax haven basically in Dubai. But basically, when you're paying that much taxes in these countries, it's like you're working for the government. So that is insane. Here, like BC mentioned, that the clients here basically, this is what drives them to Dubai. All of these easy factors, of course, with the stable economy, along with the tax haven that we have here in Dubai as well. And this is for now, by the way. So people who would be trying to seize that opportunity, it's still the right time. So now, as I said, I will go back to Shoba. Since 2014 and until last year, 2024, within only 10 years, we have made 10 active projects under construction right now. Of course, I'm not going to be covering all of them. I will tell you just one of the, we have a couple of them that are the hot selling ones right now, but we will be focusing on one of my personal favorite projects right now that I personally see tons of potential in. So I will get to the presentation real quick. Let me just share my screen, but I hope that everything is for now is understandable.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Dina, for that.
Please, you're welcome. So guys, this is Shoba Solis by Shoba Solis itself. By the way, the name means the sun in Latin language. Here, when I mentioned that where our projects are located, this is the map of Dubai, right? So basically, Motor City. Small brief about the area itself. It's second. Let me zoom in a little bit. Okay. So this is Solis, right? This is where it's located. Motor City, for your information, is a very well developed area, like 90%. It's not like desert. You have a lot of communities, uptown Motor City, for example. You have a lot of schools, you have spinnies, shopping malls. So basically everything is already set in that area, right? So, but the thing about it, that it's known to be low-rise building areas. You don't have towers like skyscrapers. So basically we decided to come, and since there are no more plots, we have purchased the last two plots, as you can see here in Shoba Solis and in Shoba Orbis, and we decided to be towers in a low-rise building area. What that means that I will be very visible for everyone, right? Especially taking into consideration the fact that I will be 25 minutes away from the biggest international airport in the world, right? Now, as you can see, this is the first highway over here, since there's a lot of highways in Dubai. And as I said, an investment that doesn't depreciate is something that's on a highway. So here I have two main intersections. The first one is here, D63 on Square Street. The second one is here, E311, Sheikh Ahmed bin Zayed Road, right? And also, we will have a metro line, the blue line, will be only walking distance away. Now, as we all know, the more governmental projects surrounding my property, the more value it adds to it. So I already covered the, but when you look at it more, Motor City as an area itself, it's literally between the actual center, current center of Dubai, which is like downtown, Burj Khalifa, Business Bay over here. And then it is also in between the new upcoming investment hub, which is Dubai South and Jebel Ali, the palm over here. So it is actually very central. So you have that over here. Now I have covered the location. It will take you around 20 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes to reach anywhere, especially to the fact that my projects are not inside of Motor City area itself, right? I am on the outside. Therefore, connectivity wise, it will be very easy for me because I'm not going to stick in traffic until I get out of the area, right? So this is location wise. It's more than prime. As you can see, the concept of Motor City is literally in the name itself. You have autodrome, where you have race tracks, right, for cars. You have the kart for smaller cars, and then you have for the bigger ones, which is the Autodrome of Dubai. As you can see, when I mentioned prime locations and prime plots, here you can see Solis. I mean, The way that we took this plot was extraordinary. It's not easy to have such a plot, right? It's like literally in the middle of the autodrome itself. And on the other side, over here, as you can see, you have another project by us called Orbis. Also, two communities, two towers, two separate concepts, but we will be focusing on Solis right now. Here you have the uptown Motor City Boulevard, internal road over here. And then you have from that side, one second, please. Yes, here you have the D63, as I said, and on top you have the E311 road, right? So basically, over here, I have the project consists of 4 towers, tower A, B, C, and D, right? It ranges between 46 floors and 25 floors with crescent shape. As you can see, everything is already there, but I am surrounded by buildings, not with towers. What we offer inside of this community, basically, tons of amenities, interconnected podium level over here, where we have, one second, this is a better representation, I believe, where we have tennis courts, basketball courts, cricket pitches. We have in the middle sunken pool, Olympiad swimming pool, open cinema, food court, indoor gyms and outdoor gyms, toddler parks, toddler playgrounds. On this side, we will have food and beverage and retail shop. On the other side, we will have flagship clubhouse with dedicated podiums and decks to watch the racetrack. Now, but the key thing about Stoli is that for the first time, we will have an Arsenal branded fitness center, right? I mean, again, whenever I mention this to my UK clients, they would just rush into it because they are fanatic, they're driven by passion, right? So another thing, the second concept that I have here is Formula One and NASCAR. Now, the rumor has it that right now, probably the Formula One will be held between Dubai and Abu Dhabi, like year by year, right? Right now, it's going in the Ferrari world in Abu Dhabi, but probably we will be hosting that as well. So you have now two concepts. And when we talk about Formula One or NASCAR, by the way, we're talking about Monaco, Switzerland, and Italy. These are the kind of countries that follow up with these kind of sports. And here in Solis, it's all about active life. Now, all of these amenities, along with the Arsenal, along with the Formula One and NASCAR, and the fact that you are a tower in a low-rise building area with the entry price. Now, for me, what was the potential that the project has is actually because of the size ticket. I mean, the price of one bedroom. I am offering you all of this as an opportunity. Like as I said, with the facilities, probably this is a better POV of the podium level with the amenities. It's all about the entry price. As I said here, you will have the open cinema, you will have the walking track and the jogging track, sunken deck, of course, sunken pool. Let me just show you really quick the flagship clubhouse. So next to Tower A, you will have the flagship clubhouse where, as I said, where we have the panoramic views from floor to ceiling windows dedicated to watch the racetrack, right? And on the other side, for the food and beverage and retail, it will have majestic architecture. It will be beautiful. It will look like this, where you will have your retail as well. So, and this is the entrance of Tower A, probably Tower B and D as well. So this is how my Tower A, Tower B, and Tower D looks like. Now, as I said, I almost have between 19 and 18 apartments per floor. And then in Tower D, I have only 15 apartments per floor. As I said, the thing is about this project is my one bedroom starts at 1 million dirham. For example, at the initial starting prices, when I launched Tower A, my prices were 1,007,000. Today, after 5 months, when I launched Tower B or Tower D, my prices started to start at 1,025,000. So that increase, for example, in the front units, people who has already purchased before has just made like 20,000 without doing nothing, just because they took the advantage of purchasing on the initial primary price. So basically, with time going by, people are losing money. right? Because they already could have been making that amount if they already purchased. And there's still opportunity. You still have that gap because the prices will keep on increasing, right? So I will give you an example of a one bedroom. So basically, this is how it would look like. You will have your entrance, then share powder, L-shaped kitchen, and of course, everything comes with the delivery. Basically, I have the refrigerators by Siemens, German brand. Then I have the oven, stove hub as well, and the washing machine inside of the utility room. Then inside of your bedroom, I also have a built-in wardrobe. So basically, what it's left for an investor is a bedroom, a sofa, right? And probably like a table, a nightstand, because you already have everything. But now in Tower D, for example, as I said, we will have, for the first time by Shoba, fully furnished tower, which is something that we've never done before. Of course, with the differences of the prices, but still, some investors might go for that. Now, that was a small brief about Shoba Solis and Shoba itself. Please, if you have any questions, do ask.
Thank you very much, Dina, for that beautiful presentation. So for everyone who has watched, please, if you do have any question, if you have any question, if you have question based on Shoba, or if you have questions based on the presentation, either for yourself or for your clients, or for the clients that are also on the call, please do ask before Dina takes her leave. It's already almost 8 p.m. in Dubai, so we don't want to keep her waiting for this long. Okay, so if you have any question, please do ask Dina on the call. And also do know that if you have a client who you want to close, we can, for those who are staff or external associates of the organization, if you have clients who you want to close, just let us know, and I can call Dina. Dina can actually walk through with your clients as regards the property, showing just the presentation she did. Okay, she can even go more in detail for your clients to show them everything about the property. So be rest assured that she's always here to help you close your deals, your clients' deals. I'm always here as well. Okay, so any questions so far? Any question for Dina? Any question for Dina before she leaves? Okay, does that mean we are all cleared as regards the Shoba Solis property in Dubai? Does that mean we are all cleared about it? Okay, I'm going to ask Dina my own question if you all do not have. Looking at the fact that we have different projects in Dubai, so why Shoba Solis? Why would you say Shoba Solis is what, as an investor, I should invest in? Why should I consider Shoba Solis?
From my perspective, and based on the numbers that we have seen before, in Motor City area itself, the prices are keep on increasing, especially for the fact that it still has potential. For example, today in an old building, since there is no construction that is ongoing other than Shoba and probably another developer, but it's not Shoba, of course. So basically, for example, as I said, the rent of one bedroom today in that area in an old building is 85,000 dirham, starting up to 110,000. So basically, wherever Shoba goes, for example, when I told you that when we came to Maidan area where we launched our first project, when we came to that area, the price per square foot in Maidan got up 5x's. So a lot of people think that in Shoba we sell property, but what we actually do is we add value. This is the kind of value that we add to our clients as well, not only to the community itself and the area. Now, again, to Motor City, what I see is taken into consideration the where it's located on two main intersections. The Arsenal branded fitness center, it will be a huge attraction, especially once it's delivered. The hype that it will have will be insane. As I said, I mean, you don't have such a concept where you have a residential in the middle of an autodrome. So, and of course, with the Shoba management that we do, along with the quality, taking all of these factors with the entry price of 1 million as a size ticket, for me personally, I would go and invest there because I know that my 1 bedroom apartment, as if I purchase it as a 1 million by the handover, it's not going to be less than 1.7 or 1.5. So basically, it's very simple. It's a simple math. It's something that we've seen before. It's something that happens and will keep on happening, right? As I said, there's also the metro line that you have. So taking all of that, and as I said, you are in the middle of the downtown and then your upcoming investment hub where most of the investors are going for by Dubai South, but that's on a different budget. So you are between both of them. You are not far from this and not far from that.
Beautiful. Before I take the question on the Zoom, I have another question for Dina. I still have about two or three questions for you. So the next question I have for you is based on Motor City and what I understand about Shoba Solis. I know that there's this particular auditorium stadium for car race that is actually very close to the property. Am I correct?
It's in the
So
middle,
in
in
the
the
mid,
middle of the
so
autodrome.
meaning if I'm buying Shoba Solis, I would definitely be able to see every car race game happening. And I think you have a mini stadium, or is it it's not the autodrome now, more like a mini stadium kind of mini viewing place also in the property, whereby I or my tenant who is staying in my property can go and watch the game without having to pay. So can you just share a little light as regards if I have to buy a ticket to go watch the car race, how much would that cost and how that is adding value to my property?
Because when I showed you in the presentation, I will have a flagship next to Tower A with the dedicated views of the autodrome itself. It's free for the tenants, for the homeowners. You don't have to pay anything.
Beautiful, beautiful. And one of the things I love about that is the fact that it elevates and actually increase the price you can either use your property for rental business. So if property, for instance, is usually for 110 thousand dirhams annually, meaning I can choose to make my 130,000 dirhams because of the extra feature that mine has. Then my next question is, does my client need to pay the full amount of the property value before he actually gets the property?
So basically,
So
the payment plan structure that we go with is 60/40, we call it, where the client has to pay 60% of the initial price during construction, but it has an installment plan. So basically, the plan says that, for example, today the client needs to pay a down payment, which is 24%. You know, the 20% for us, and then you have the 4% for the Dubai Land Department to register the property. Later on, you will have your first installment, which is 10% after 6 months of today, of the booking date, right? After another 6 months of the first one, you will have another 10% to be paid. So basically, when you look at it, you have 20% per year to be paid in the first year, but with like 6 months gap between them. So it's 10 by 10, but you have then the 6 months. So you have that. And same thing that goes for the next year later on. By that, you have already did the first 20, then you have 2/10, that is 30, then another 2/10, that is 60%. And then on the completion, you have 40% to be paid. And so basically the 40%, a lot of people would usually go, like some of the investors would go with a mortgage, because even non-UAE residents, if your client is an international and he never came to Dubai, he is eligible by law. But of course, there are some conditions, slight conditions actually, to get a mortgage. And you can only apply to the mortgage before 3 months prior to the handover. So when we say mortgage, basically your client takes that 40% from the bank, pay us, and then he will have to pay to the bank. Now, people for 10 years or even 15 years with installments. Now, a lot of people might go for, they would say, oh, it's already ready, my property. I will start renting it out and then pay to the bank from that rent, right? So basically what he actually paid is only 60%. You have some people who might go for that. So this is the payment plan. But also, as I mentioned, if it's like 24% as a down payment, and then today's January, right? So basically, the first installment will come in June, in 6 months. If your client looks at the payment plan and he told you, listen, BC, I cannot pay 102,000, for example, that is 10% in 6 months. I can get my money after 7 months or after 8 months. Will you be able to extend my installment? Then we will say yes. That is a case-to-case situation, but Shoba, what we're trying to do is to be very flexible with our clients, especially with the payment plan. But by systematically, it's 10% every 6 months. But if he asks for extension, we can also be flexible in that.
Okay, thank you so much for those beautiful answers. I hope everyone is getting something out of this, and for the clients who are on board here are ready to make their own wise investment choice. So someone asked a quick question. If a client wants to invest $50,000 in Dubai, how many percent can he get in return annually? I'm not sure you get what we're talking about here. We're not talking about investment in terms of putting $50,000 cash in Shoba. We're talking about using your money, okay? Instead of putting your money into some other things like crypto, like Forex, like some other things that might not yield good returns because of inflation in some countries. We're saying that you can put a $250,000, a $400,000, now a $400,000, a $450,000 to hold down a property in Dubai. But do not be scared about the $450,000 of calling. You can actually, all you need to do is pay 24% of that particular money. In another 6 months, from what Dina has said, you pay another 10%. Another 6 months, you pay another 10% until you finish paying the money. And at the end of the day, you actually own a property in Dubai that is giving you rental returns. You're paying zero on taxation. There's freehold on your property, meaning you own your property for the rest of your life. Then for me as well, you also have access to golden visa if you do above $600,000. That's about 2 million dirhams worth of property. But Dina, I want you to explain a little bit more about the golden visa investors visa as well, for those investors who are here and may want to key into that because of we want the into the property business. Buying the property because of the investors visa or the golden visa.
So basically, as we all know, the golden visa amount is up to 2 million dirham. And basically, it's a 10 years visa. And it's renewable as long as you keep on having your property, where you can sponsor your family members as well from the first degree, of course, along with the helpers along the way. That is regarding the golden visa. And the thing is, not a lot of developers are eligible to get the golden visa or give it granted it to the clients unless the developer is reliable and stretch their arms with the government, because they need to know that the developer himself is reliable to do that. So basically you have an NOC. So once you get the NOC after a certain percentage, some developers must wait until the completion of the project itself so they can offer the golden visa. While in Shoba, since we are already reliable, we can get an NOC to grant the golden visa after completing 50% of the initial purchase value, where you will have the investor visa, which is the amount would be 750,000 dirham. It's 2 years, again with the same concept, but you cannot sponsor your family members, but still it is renewable as long as you still have the property ongoing. So basically, these are the two sides of the visas here in the UAE. Now, of course, it adds basically. I had some clients who looked at the golden visa as an opportunity. For example, if they want to go to the States, in the immigration offices, it's something that they would also look at, that you have a place to stay or somewhere that you have residency in up to 10 years. It means that granting the 5 years or 10 years US visa will be even easier, because they would know that you have another place to go back to by showing your golden visa, for example. So you will be reliable as well. So it might help people to get those visas, to Schengen visas, for example, to Europe, or even the US visa as well. So taking that, this is one of the privileges. And of course, you don't have to pay for the renewal of your visa if you want to stay in Dubai as well. If you have kids that they want to live here and study here, for example, things will be even easier and more affordable by having the golden visa. That's why a lot of people and investors are leaning on that for the worth of 2 million dirham.
Very much, Dina, for that response. We have somebody who is raising his hands up. I think his name is Dawudu Oluwole. Please kindly unmute yourself and ask your question. I have another question in the chat box. Dawudu, you can ask your question. I have Victor, who is also asking about what is the average rental return per year. So the average rental returns actually depends on the location of your property. That will determine that. But Dina answered that in this particular location, which is Solis in Motor City.
By percentage, BC, we always look at our ROIs at percentage of 10 to 12%. And as I said, everything that I mentioned is taken into consideration. Whether if you're going to look at the capital appreciation of the property itself, so we're looking at 35 up to 40% increase of the property value itself.
Okay, thank you so much. So I'm sure you heard that. 10 to 20%, and can still, if I'm right, if I heard you well, you said can still rise up to about 14% in terms of appreciation. So I hope that answered your question. So the person raising his hand, kindly unmute yourself and ask your question. If you have any other question as well.
Good evening. Can you hear me?
Good. Yes, please. Good evening to you.
Yeah. Thank you very much for the presentation and the
You're most
talk.
welcome, sir.
So yeah, my own question is, you said that a certain amount can be collected on the rent annually. Is it compulsory that the rent has to be collected annually? Or can't it be
No.
collected on a monthly basis like we have in the US and the UK and some other African countries that you collect rent? Not like unlike Nigeria that you collect your rent annually. Is it compulsory annually, or can be
No, it's
collected
not
monthly?
It's not compulsory annually that you can collect your rent. I'll have Dina answer that. You can collect quarterly. So go ahead, Dina, if you want to
What
add more.
about what about monthly?
So basically, it depends on, you have two type of rents in the UAE. First one is short-term rentals or long-term rentals. For us personally, what I would advise my clients to go for, based on the area, of course, of the project. If it's a very hyped area, then I would advise them to go with the short-term rentals, because you have something that's called seasonal rents. So, for example, during the, let's say, 3 months of summer, simultaneously the prices decreases because the touristic move gets a little bit lower, because it gets a little bit hot. So therefore the prices decreases of the rental. So probably you might offer your short-term rental, let's say, just an example, 8,000 per month, let's say, from June, July, August, and then after these 3 months passes, you would let your tenant know, since it's monthly, so it's in binding contract, that after August, at the beginning of September, where the season actually opens for the next 6 months, you would start telling your tenant that my price will increase from 8 to 12, and then by October or December it will increase from 12 to 14. And this is something that is very usual, and everyone here is used to it when you go for the Airbnb home vacation kind of style. While if you want to go with annual, then you would just collect it by checks, probably, either if it's like 1 check, 2 checks, 3 checks. It depends on the clients, how they want to manage their property and how they want to get their money. So basically, you might take 1 check of, let's say, for 1 bedroom, 110,000 all at once, or you might tell your client that, or he might tell you, I want to do 2 checks. I cannot pay everything all at once. So he would give you like 2 checks of 55,000 for the first one, and then the second one after 6 months. So it actually has a different kind of way. It depends on the clients. Some of them are actually take them monthly. They would rent annually, but they would tell you that I will give you checks monthly on monthly basis, but still with the same amount without changing. So that if you want to go with the long-term rentals. Whether, as I stated at the beginning, you have the option of short-term rental, where you can start decreasing and increasing the price based on the market situation.
Okay.
That
Thank you.
answered your question.
Yes, I have another question, just like a kind of follow-up question. Yes, concerning the mortgage. So if I want to take a mortgage, so how much do I have to put down? Then what is the mortgage rate like in UAE? So what's
So
the interest rate and the is it a
So
single digit?
basically, regarding the mortgages, the condition states that the candidates, the investor, the first of all, we will start with the age. The investor's age shouldn't exceed 65 years old, right?
Okay.
Because the younger you are, the better, the longer years they will give you on that mortgage. So for starter, you have that. Second of all, you need to have a bank statement of the last 3 months where you have an income, or maybe you're a business owner, of probably 10,000 per month, 10,000 dirham. So you will show your bank statements of the previous 3 months. And lastly, yeah, no, I think basically you have the age and you have the income if you're a business owner, if you have your own individual income as well. These are the conditions. And as I said, the interest rates depends on from bank to bank. Some of them offer 4%, some of them 4.1, 4.2. It depends on which bank you're applying from. But even though the thing is that these interest rates are decreasing with time, because in the previous years they were like 6% and 5%, but with the years are passing by, they are decreasing the interest rate as well, which is good. And as I said, you are only eligible to apply for the mortgage before the handover of 3 months only. So not like if you will buy a property off plan right now, but the handover is by 2027 and you will apply now, you're not going to get it. Only before the handover. So let's say my handover is December 2027. So you can start applying for your mortgage by September, for example.
Okay. Thank you. It's fantastic. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have one more question from Queen Mary, which says, does the fractional ownership apply for Dubai properties? Dina, there's one more question for you. Does the fractional ownership, can we come together own a property in Dubai as a group or as friends?
Yes, of course. As far as I know, it can go up to 4 owners, 2 by 2, because now also last year, 2024, the government of Dubai, they allowed non-married couple to live in the same house. So that also allowed a new segment of people, couples.
That happened in 2024?
Yeah. And now it's allowed.
Dubai is
Non-married
changing.
couples, yeah. And also the registration, the license for alcohol also now permissible in all of Dubai itself. So you have 2 new laws that changed. Now it's opening a new segment for people to come, allow them to come as well. So we are seeing a whole new, like, couples to friends, or even couples, non-married couple, are joint venturing with one property.
Okay, to actually add to that question that was asked. Now, if we're coming together as a group to buy a property in Dubai, does that allow us to have either an investor visa or a golden visa? Can we get that? Looking at the fact that we are buying as a group.
I need to double check on that, honestly, because I mean, if
Okay.
it's probably it will depend on the value of the property itself, but most likely only one person can apply for that, most likely. But still, I need to double check on that, how the process, and even if it's allowed itself, if there's multiple homeowners at one property.
Okay, sorry, I think I had just a little bit internet interruption. So do we have any other question? Welcome, Queen Mary. Because I love the question and answer time because that's able to throw more light on how it operates in Dubai. And even now I'm able to know now that Dubai is allowing people who are not couple to stay together in a house. Because as a last year, the last I heard about that, I never knew that had been enacted into law last year. So, okay. So any other question that can help us throw more light on the Dubai property and our investors in general, our clients who are watching right now? If you have questions, please do ask. Dina is on the call right now. If you want to know more about the property structure or payment structure or your returns on your investment in the Dubai economy as well. So I would ask a question right now, Dina. How many more minutes do I have? I know I asked for 1 hour, and I can see
Please,
that this is 5:02.
please tell me. It's
Okay,
my
so I
pleasure.
have. Thank you very much. So I have a question related to if how will I coin this question now? It's basically on the investor's visa for those who actually are buying a property. Now, if I buy a property in Dubai and I get the investor visa and I sell the property, do I still have the investor visa?
No,
So automatically it will be
of
cancelled.
course.
So if I try
Of
to play a
course.
fast one, so my investor visa will be cancelled.
No, unfortunately.
Okay, so my investor visa is tied 100% to my property. The
Yes.
moment I choose not to have the property again, I do not have the investor visa. But why is it good to have an investor visa and do business in Dubai? Because real estate I know is booming in Dubai, and according to Sheikh Mohammed, the country is going to quadruple its size again in the next 10 years, which is about in the next 9 years now. So, but why are people moving to Dubai? Why are people relocating to Dubai? Despite Dubai being an Islamic country, why are people moving there?
First of all, 100%, I will tell you from my own point of view. When I came to Dubai, the first thing that I noticed, because I lived in different countries, I lived in the States and Turkey, and Istanbul, Lebanon, Syria, and Egypt. But basically, the thing that I felt in Dubai itself when I first came here, whomever I might ask, how long have you been in Dubai? They would tell me, I've been here for 10 years, 8 years, 20 years. And I'm talking about white people, by the way, or like different nationalities as well. So it really made me curious, like yourself right now. Why would people want to move to Dubai, right? And then after spending the
Absolutely.
first couple of months, I started noticing, first of all, as a female, the safety that this country offers. For example, even last year, Abu Dhabi, one of the Emirates, right? Abu Dhabi, for 5 years consistently, was nominated for the safest country in the world between 362 countries. It ranked that and
Wow.
kept on that
Abu
for,
Dhabi.
yes, and
Wow.
Dubai would rank in number 2 after Abu Dhabi, basically. It is insane. I mean, the safety that this country has to offer, it is truly unmatched. And for me personally, you have the safety, you have the stable economy, you have the chance of truly grow and boom. The country, the things that it has to offer is truly unmatched, taking all of these into consideration. And Dubai, like as an employees, it either destroy you or defines you and makes you, because it's only for the strong ones, honestly, if you want to make it. And it is the land of opportunity. Before, probably like 20 years back, people had the American dream, but right now, nowadays, literally, it's the Dubai dream, because everything that the country has to offer, you can make it. Like, I tried to do to go, how you say it, outside of the box. When I was in Turkey, I would work extra hours. I would do the extra miles, and honestly, I'll be truly with you, I've never seen the outcome. But then when I came to Dubai, I said to myself, I will repeat the same process. I will give the same effort and even more here in Dubai. And I want to see, will it pay off actually? And eventually it did. So basically, this is the beauty of it. I mean, you have that potential to actually grow, and you are surrounded by people who have and share the same mentality. That so basically, you are in such an environment that it's constantly competitive. Yes, correct. But at the same time, it encourages you, because even people here with their mentality, they always just they thrive to be the best of the best, and you will be surrounded by those people. Now, and of course, I already mentioned, if it's politically, you said if it's a Muslim country, for example, I told you alcohol is already permissible. Non-married couple, they can live together. The mosques over here are silent mosques, so even people will be bothered by the sound of the mosque, for example. You don't have like some kind in Saudi. I lived in Saudi as well. You don't have the kind of police that might chase you or fine you if you were holding your boyfriend's hand or such, for example. So, but I mean, for me personally, PDA, it's where you show affection in the street, is something that I wouldn't even recommend because it's not, for me, it's not fundable at the end of the day. But this is how you actually make a civilized country, right? By following the rules. And the beauty of it, that the rules, actually, the laws are applied for everyone, even the people who lives here, the locals ones, right? So basically, this is how Dubai is founded and growing. Taking all of that, for me, by the way, I have already made up my mind to permanently live in Dubai. It spoiled me so much, I cannot go back to any other country.
Yes, you're so right about Dubai spoiling people. I can actually attest to that. I would warn you, if you go to Dubai and you are holding quite some huge amount of money and you are not disciplined, before you leave Dubai, you might end up exhausting all the funds you have there. So let me warn you. So Dubai has a way of making you so comfortable. You can walk any day. I go to the park with my children around 10 p.m., 11 p.m. sometimes. We go to the park and we're back by 1 a.m. at times. Why can I do that? Because of the safety. And I've seen people who actually have told me that their parents sent them intentionally to Dubai to go study, because Dubai was actually for them one of the safest, even the safest. UAE, you can hear from our record, UAE was ranking number one as the safest country. Sorry, UAE is sorry, Abu Dhabi, then followed by Dubai, which are all both in the United Arab Emirates. So those are the reasons why people also love to have their property secured there. Now, lastly, Dina, this is going to be my last question. Hopefully, I want this to be the last so I can release it. Now, there was an incident that happened in the year 2024. I just want you to just let us know if what I'm saying is true, because there was an incidence of flood, and I remember some houses were damaged in terms of maybe the roof was leaking, their furniture was affected. I have my uncle who actually has some properties in Dubai as well, who has bought some properties in Dubai. And he told me that when this issue occurred, one of his tenants called him and he was going to fix the property for the tenants. And he got a call from the government and saying that they were going to fix all the damages in his property. She just let them know. And he did not pay a dime to fix any of the issues in any of his properties caused by the flood. So I just want you to affirm to this. Is this true that Dubai actually changed furniture for some people who their furniture was damaged and fixed some things in some people's houses as well? after the flood happened in Dubai.
BC, first of all, I would like to ask you something. So, do you own any kind of properties in Dubai?
Personally, I don't own one yet in
Okay.
Dubai, but I want to own my own property in Dubai this year.
Hopefully, any of your clients owns any kind of property in Shoba?
Yes, of course. We have clients who own property in Shoba. That's why we
Okay.
trust Shoba.
Okay,
We have
so
more than 5 clients who own property in Shoba.
beautiful, beautiful. Look, now I don't want to take such a catastrophe that happened, because it was a catastrophe actually. What happened, I remember it. But basically, what happened? Now you know that we live in such an atmosphere that requires here the process they call it cloud seeding, where they force rain, right? But then sometimes, unfortunately, it was uncontrollable. I will tell you from the place that I am from. I will tell you about Shoba as a developer, because I don't know about other developers if they reimburse those people. So, but what happened, I will tell you. In the flood back in April, basically, let me first of all show you this image. So I know it's backward, but I will tell you who's there. So this is Imar and this is Shoba.
Okay.
So for the first time, this is the volume in sales. For the first time last year, we have exceeded the MAC in sales. As I told you, it used to be Imar, the MAC, and then Shoba. Last year, because of the flood that happened, Shoba was the only developer that the water didn't go inside of the parks. By what I mean by that, you as a contractor, and from an architectural point of view, of course, you are contracting above a desert. So it's by logic, you would start at the foundation from the very beginning of the sewer system even, right? So by digging and taking into consideration these factors, we did the sewer system even better than some of the municipalities here in Dubai. And that is by a fact, right? Shoba property owners were the only ones that weren't affected, even their cars, by the flood, right? And this is where
Wow, Shoba wasn't affected by the flood.
I'm telling you, the water didn't go inside of the parks because of the sewer system that we use. So basically, a lot of people, like you said, they lost their cars. Some other development, first floors were completely flooded. Water started coming outside of the adapters. And like you said, who is going to reimburse those people? While even in Shoba, if something like this would affect Shoba or like Shoba homeowners, I forgot to tell you this. I always leave it as a cherry on top. We are the only developer that we are so sure of the quality that we offer. We offer 10 years warranty. Imagine. So that's a guarantee that we. So that's a guarantee that we give. And look, after what happened, Shoba quality literally came in the face of a catastrophe that was that happened, and because of that, people who initially purchased, they started telling their friends, their referrals, that listen, the flood hit and I wasn't affected. You should go and buy from Shoba. This is how we exceeded the MAC last year, just by only doing that. And that was for the very first time that that's happened. That's how we increase our sale. I know we took a catastrophe and we turned it over and it worked for our favor, but at least now people know where their money is actually going for. And since we're gonna stay living in such an atmosphere, therefore cloud seeding most likely will keep on happening. So might as well your investors know where they're actually investing in.
Oh, thank you very much, Dina. Thank you for that. So it's as even assured the clients who are here, based on what you said, that Shoba's property is more secured, is more, the flood didn't get to you at all. Rather, it didn't even get to your foundation. But one of the things I'm also glad to know is that even those that I know that were affected, who was my family member, did not even use his money to fix the property. It was the Dubai government that still ensure that developers and fix this property. So for me, that was also a confidence to believe in actually investing in Dubai, because if a country can think about your property first to ensure that it's secured, it means they think about you as the investor not losing your money. So Dina, thank you so much. Thank you so much for this amazing time. We've had an amazing Q&A session, an amazing property tour as well, and knowledge of the property in Shoba Solis Motor City. And the handover date, if I am correct, is in the year 2027. And we are already in the year 2025. So it means that in about 2 years, those who did not key into the project, who knows, maybe the property value for 1 bedroom will be about 2 million dirhams, based on the projection of the fact that Dubai will be quadruple its size in the year 2030. So the question I'm going to ask you, if you are watching this right now, you're an investor, do you want to look like that investor who said, oh, I know Dubai in 2006. I knew when they were selling Dubai, they were even begging us to buy a studio apartment for about 200,000 dirhams. I knew when they were selling a 1-bedroom apartment for about 300 dirhams or 350 dirhams. I've heard so many stories. So ask yourself if you want to look like those people or you want to be the action taker who will begin to share testimony about how their property investments based in Dubai has quadrupled their size. And one of the things also I want to say, if you know anybody in oil and gas, just advise them. People we know who are into oil and gas are begin to diversify their funds because they earn more in dollars, and they have they've diversified their funds to invest in buying properties in Dubai from us. Okay, we've had some of them who have reached out to secure their properties for them in Dubai for them. So if you know anybody in that category as well, so you would want to ensure you'd advise them to invest their money in Dubai. So since we don't have any other question, but I'm hearing that there's a question in the chat box, but I'm going to take this as the final question and I'm going to let Dina go. Remember, I said we are going to end this meeting in an hour's time or maximum in 5:30. That's in 1 hour, 30 minutes time. So this will be the last question. And of course, I'm going to tell you how you can reach out to us. So please, if you are raising your hands, please do ask your final question. Dina, thank you so much. I can release you now because I know it's almost 8 p.m. and you are still at work. So any question the person has, I can take that question for the person. I can't even find the question. Actually, Bolale, I cannot find the question. Okay, I can see the question. Are the properties ready to move in Shoba? No, the properties are not a ready to move in property. They are off-plan projects, but the properties are already under construction. And by the year 2027, the property will be ready. When in 2027, Dina? Which month in 2027?
December.
Okay, December 2027, the property will be ready. And that's why you get to pay 10% every 6 months for the property. And once your property is ready, you pay 60% when the property is under construction, and the final 40% when the property is ready to be handed over to you as the client. But I will advise, do not wait for handover dates before you pay your remaining 40%. If you have the 40% before your handover date, please pay it. Dubai has a zero tolerance to defaulters, okay? They do not joke with it. Just like in the US, if you do not pay your mortgage, you can lose your property. So hear this disclaimer now. You cannot owe money in Dubai. So ensure, as the who is here listening to this, you have the money to finish paying the property, or whatsoever business you're doing can finish paying for that particular property you want to start investing in. In terms of opening an account, you might not be able to open an account in Dubai if you don't have investor visa, you don't have a residency visa, you don't have your golden visa. If you are not a resident of Dubai, the one I know of, I stand to be corrected, you cannot open an account in Dubai. Okay, so if you are just, but if you own a property in Dubai, that can give you access to actually open your accounts in Dubai. Okay, I have some team of people who I can introduce to you that can even assist you to achieve that. So for those of you who are watching, do not forget this is GTech Suite Properties, and we have our office in Dubai, in Emma Square building, Burj Khalifa community, downtown Dubai. And in Nigeria, Lagos, we have our office in Banana Island. That's for our Nigeria office is in Ikoyi. The prime location in Lagos, you'll find us there. If you want your clients to also come to our office in Ikoyi. And in Houston, we have our office located in Katy, Texas. In Katy, Texas, in US. So that's where our office is located. So wherever your client is, you can either have a Zoom meeting with them, or if you want to come physically to our office location, of course, they can come to our office location. So Bolale has dropped in some details on the Zoom chat. You can follow us on GTech Suite on social media, GTech Suite Dubai. And if you want us to have a meeting with your client, we are super ready to actually be with you to have that meeting. And to also let you know, we are sponsoring some people to Dubai on all expense paid trip in the month of March, okay? In the month of March. For you to get more details about that, you can reach out to Bolale. It's going to cost us about 7 million on that trip for your hotel. We are lodging in a 5-star hotel. Your hotel, the accommodation, you're going to be attending a conference as well. The conference is loan cost us about $1,500, between $1,200 and $1,500. That's the cost of the conference that we're going to be taking you for. And we're going to be visiting Shoba as well, for those of you who are watching. So wherever you are in different parts of the world, you're going to be going to Shoba yourself. You're going to meet Dina. You're going to have, and you're going to have meetings also with Mrs. Ibukwa Wishika. You're going to be on a round table with her as well, in a brunch, and some other high net worth individuals will also be having you see, and so a lot of amazing and beautiful places in Dubai. But ensure that you hold your ATM cards, because I'm not going to give you mine. You should be ready to spend money. Dubai is going to take some of your money. So be ready to spend and buy, and go to the gold souk you've always wanted to be, to go to. So Dina, thank you so much. And everyone, thank you all so much for being a part of this webinar. I hope it was worth your time. It was worth my time. And I hope to see Dina in some of our subsequent trainings we'll be having with our clients as well who are interested in investing in Dubai property. So Bolanle, I can see a question that you should drop your contact. So drop your contact to Mr. Oluwole. I believe he's one of the clients as well who is interested, who wants to buy a property in Dubai, because he actually asked some questions that we're also able to throw more light on Dubai investment. So do drop your contacts, Bolanle, so that I can reach out to you personally as regards, even if he wants to attend the trip. So Bolanle, I hope you have done that, because if you have, then I am ready to officially close the Zoom call. Okay. So
thank you so much,
you
everyone. Thank you, BC. It was lovely
having you.
Everyone.
Bye, everyone. Do have a
See
beautiful
you.
evening, and do have a